We in there. There we go. Bop. Boppity bop. Oh, it started already. My bad. Hit the button a little too quick there. What up? It's me in the West. No Nero. Matthew. Checking in for another Live and Thrive. We're here to do what we do. Spread joy, spread the message. Dive in. Dive into my mind, your mind, everybody's mind. And it's going to be another good one, as it always is. It's always uplifting. It's always got a feeling of coming home to yourself. That's what we do here on these lives. So shout out to you for clicking on the video. Shout out to you for clicking on the live. Mrs. Colbert, what up? How you doing? Yeah, we right on time, love. We right on time. That divine timing. You already know how we do. Yes, ma'am. What's your step count looking like today? Let me see if I got you beat. If I don't got over 10, I ain't gonna say nothing. Oh, I ain't even close to 10. I'm on 6,000 right now. Smart Savvy, what's good? Shout out to you both coming through. How are y'all feeling today? How's your weekend been so far? And what was your favorite part of this weekend? Everybody in the pop culture world is talking about that fight last night. I didn't see it. But it was hard to escape all the, I think his name is Michael Crawford. I've seen so much media about him today. I feel like I know his whole life story. Hearing about the torture and abuse that his mother put him through that made him such a beast was striking. And it's been sitting with me all day. So maybe that'll be the first thing we talk about. How... Nah, maybe not. Like, I have nothing to say about that. Like, abusive parenting is the worst. But the way she went about abusing homie was psychological. She psychologically was abusing her own son. Paying people to come fight him. See if they could beat him. Reminding him, up until this day, still to this day, hasn't told that man that she proud of him. Always telling him that he ain't shit. And he's not good enough. Wow. Yeah, Jaden, send that. You want the cash out? Haha, bang bang. Mrs. Cole, you went makeup shopping? Where'd you go? Did you get the... Are you like super crunchy with your makeup shopping? I know makeup is a wild world. I don't know the first thing about it. Yeah, that is dumb sad, right, Mrs. Collier? Oh, okay, that's something that we could talk about. I'm glad that your weekend has been going well, Smart and Savvy. That's the way we want every weekend to go. If not better. Equal or greater. Gabriel was good. Fenty and Mac. I mean, hey, if it works, it works. That's what I always used to say. Hey, as long as you appreciate it. Like, almost everything that I purchase, it's like a video game to me. Like, it's a rare item. Everything that I purchase, it could be a toothbrush, a toothpaste. That is, it's a gem in my treasure chest. I'm very grateful and considerate about every little item that I call mine. So I love that you're that way about your lipstick, or I mean, your makeup in general. But parenting, I wanted to talk about parenting. I think about this a lot. Y'all know Michael Jackson's story, right? And y'all know how Michael Jackson's father, Joe Jackson, was very abusive towards Michael and his brothers and his sisters and all of that. But I often wonder if he wasn't that way with them, would they be as great as great of entertainers as they were. What do you say, chat? What do you think about that? Because I think about it a lot. Like, I'm never gonna abuse my children, so I just wonder what other people think about that. Like, I was listening to Busta Rhymes accept some type of award that he got, and he was talking about growing up Caribbean in Brooklyn, and how back then in the community, like, if you was cutting up, if you wasn't behaving properly, every time a elder walked by, you stopped doing what you was doing. You cleaned yourself up. You stood up straight. You said hello. If you was misbehaving, your parents told the neighbors, like, yo, if you see him misbehaving, slap him, whoop him one good time. You know what I mean? And then if your parents found out, you got beat again. And in a way, I kind of feel like that did create more responsible adults, more respectful adults, um, a sense of a moral code amongst adults. But at the same time, I just feel like corporal punishment shouldn't be a thing. Like, there's got to be a better way. But I wonder what y'all think. What do y'all think about um, corporal punishment? What do you think about kind of like, I guess, dragging your children through training for whatever it may be that you personally want to see them excel at? Maybe because you think you see the skill and the talent that they naturally have. It's innate within them, so you do everything you can to bring that out and help them manifest their greatness. But a lot of parents, they go very hard with it, and I wonder what y'all think about it. Word, Mrs. Colgan, your mom's claims that's why she was tough with y'all. Yeah, being an honor student is like what she was expected to do. Like, that's the bare minimum. It's wild. Yeah, I feel the same way. I celebrate our smallest achievements, but at the same time, I also don't want to like get her not only used to that because the world ain't like that, but dependent on it. I want her to be dependent on congratulations and applause for things that she should be doing. It is what it is. Yeah, but that's what I wanted to talk about. I um I do have some good news for y'all today. Some good news that you might want to hear is Nepal, um, in India. They recently overthrew their government. It's like the 20th time in like 25 years that they've done it though, so it's nothing new for them. I don't know why they don't. It doesn't work out every time. Hopefully, this is the last time they have to do it. But what I found cool about the way they did it is they did it in 48 hours, and they put their own prime minister in power, who just happens to be a woman. They cleaned up after themselves after they burnt shit to the ground, and then they all went home. And now they already have elections set for March. How dope is that? I wish America would kind of get their life together. Even though Nepal is like the size of Connecticut, I've heard it's not really a huge polarized, divided country like America is. That's what's up, Mrs. Colgan. Who's supporting you? I know you got the fam and all of that. Thank you, Dad. Grapes. with seeds. We found some at the local grocery store. I love that, Mrs. Colgan. Stay with that. That that has to be the best way to go about it. And I'm sure at the end of the day, you can lay your head down on your pillow and know that you did your best and you were there for them. And they can't ever say that she wasn't. The world is a cold place, man. But the best we can shield our children away from that, away from the fact that the world is cold, the better. Speaking of a cold world, y'all know how bad poverty's been in Mexico for like forever. That's why they have such a hard time with like the Mexican mafias and so-called cartels or whatever. It's really because Mexico is like a feudal state almost. Like there's been a few there's been a few families who've been in control of that country for a long time, and that's why they have such a hard time getting shit together and fixing it up. But some good news about Mexico is over the past 6 years, over 13 million people have been lifted out of poverty. It's not something you would hear about in the mainstream media in America. That's about 12 to 14% of their population. Between 2022 and 2024 alone, more than 8.3 million people rose out of poverty. And extreme poverty dropped by 23%. So whatever, they're doing something right over there. A lot of Americans that I know have moved to Mexico, which is wild when you think about it, because you'll be thinking that Mexico's they crawling through tunnels and climbing over fences to get over here, but Americans need to be trying to get over there. Oh, Lou was good. ¿Cómo estás ustedes, familia? Oh, your husband beast a whole bag of grapes, Mrs. Colbert? That's wild. These joints is tasty, though. Like, I really see why that lamping on like a hammock with like, I guess a slave is what you see in the imagery most of the time, but let's just call this person like a lover. You always see that trope of someone lamping on the hammock or the day bed or whatever. They getting waved with the feather and they just eating the grapes. I mean, life gets no better than that. That is like quintessential luxury right there. Bohemian was good. You made it. Glad to see you, family. How's your weekend been going so far? I feel like we was just talking yesterday, so how was your Saturday night and your Sunday? Where the Mexicans do be making that dollar stretch into them pesos. I gotta visit Mexico. I wonder if that Montezuma's revenge thing is really a thing though. Like I hear a lot of stories about not being able to drink the water in Mexico. Hopefully it's not because the water is bad, it's just because like gut bacteria. That's what's up, Bohemian. You've been having a chill Sunday. That's what it is. Sundays are a day for chilling. I always say if anybody works on a Sunday, I don't care If that's the only day you worked, you should get time and a half. Cause should nobody working on Sunday. It's damn near a sin. Ain't it? Ain't it? If God gonna take a rest on Sunday, but how I'm not gonna take a rest on Sunday. Oh, speaking of that, Damien texted me back. You heard that?
We did hit you back?
Yeah, he said we locked in.
Locked in for
Yeah.
For when?
No, I mean locked in like I got his actual number. But we didn't set no date. I thought the four agreements had some indigenous annotations with them because if you look at the cover, it has like what's it called? They're like Latin hieroglyphs, but they call them something else, like totems or something. Four Agreements was a dope book though. It's right up there with all classics. A Course in Miracles, Conversations with God. The Celestine Prophecy. You ever read that one? That was a good one. It was funny when I was reading the Celestine Prophecy. I thought it was like real. I thought it was like a historical event that actually happened. But I found out at the end of the book after I finished it that it was a novel. But yeah, let me read y'all some more good news. Hiya. So Belgium is getting it right, y'all. Belgium is, they have a huge petition, over 30,000 strong, urging that their government completely ban PUFAs or PFAS, chemicals known as forever chemicals because they never break down. They build up in water, soil, animals, and even our bodies. The petition shows rising public demand and exposure to these toxic substances.
Shit.
What happened? It happens.
Huh?
It happens.
That was food cake fries.
Damn.
They cost too damn much.
Damn. You live and you learn. But I part of me, you ever heard George Carlin say that humans existed to create or invent plastic, and plastic will like take over the world in the future? I love that joke. I also feel like plastic is going to become such a part of human biology that we're literally going to be robots. Like 20, 30 years from now, like the plastic content in our body is going to be so prevalent that evolution is just going to make us adapt. But the plus side of that is that we'll literally be able to like run computer chips and circuitry because of the plastic better than if we were just all biological organism. I don't know. That's just my idea. I'll be always trying to look at the bright side of things. Like at least those computer chips are running our brain better. But yeah, man. Those forever chemicals. Gotta get rid of those as much as we can. Another piece of good news is a flotilla from Barcelona, full of people from over 44 different countries. It just left Barcelona with about 20 boats. And the boats are carrying volunteers, food, water, and medicine to reach Gaza. And they're hoping that they can break the blockade and deliver Gaza some much needed provisions. So shout out to Barcelona for doing that. Every country should be doing that. It's so wild. What's going on? Israel literally trying to wipe people off the face of the planet in 2025, and every other country in the world is too pussy to do anything about it. Speaking of that, I saw this reel earlier today that there's like 195 countries in the world, something like that. 122 of those 195 countries are black countries, and those countries don't have any nuclear weapons. They don't have any history of enslavement. They don't start any wars. They don't drop any weapons of mass destruction on any other countries. You know what reel I'm talking about? Y'all probably seen it. It's viral. I shared it on my threads or something like that, maybe my Instagram. And I never really thought of it like that. I was like, damn. The majority of the world has never gone to war with other countries or tried to like kidnap their citizenry and bring them across the water on boats. So what's up with that? Like, why do I know going with that narrative, you have to extrapolate that white people are the only colonialists, which I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I don't know. But from what I've read in history is like the Moors are responsible for establishing what is now Spain, right? Like they ran Spain for a few centuries. So I know they was transporting slaves back and forth then. I don't know. I kind of don't believe the narrative that white people are only people who have enslaved other people. But it may be true. What y'all think, chat? Happy, what's good? Trying to figure out the funeral arrangements for Granddad. I hear you. Shout out to Granddad, man. On that heavenly abode, I'm sure he's gonna be proud of you for whatever you figure out. Don't beat yourself up too much, Happy. Whatever you do is gonna be the best thing. Mrs. Koger said it's the whites. The whiteys. I love that abbreviation. Here go other people talking about I look like Felix from Stray Kids again. That's like the 5th time I heard that. I accept it as a compliment though. If it's the Felix from the Stray Kids that I Googled, when I Googled it, it was like a K-pop band. I'll take that. Condolences very much, Miss Happy Feet. You got this, girl. It's Sunday, so I know you just want to kind of set everything up and when you lay your head on your pillow tonight, you want to know that everything is already set and you can put it behind you and go to the funeral or hold the funeral and move on with life. But it's Sunday, and Sunday always kind of jams things up, so just hang in there, girlfriend. Just hang in there. And know that granddad is in a much better place because the earth is wicked. So it's something that he don't have to worry about no more. Matter of fact, that reminds me. Happy, I have something to share with you. I was working out this morning and I was listening to Conversations with God, as I always do. And if I'm not mistaken, it is chapter 12, where I was listening to it and I was like, yo, Happy needs to hear this. Come on. All right. So I opened up to chapter 13, which is pretty close, but not where I want to be.
Alrighty. Goodbye.
Hold on, hang in there with me. Hang in there with me, y'all. Because this chapter was dumb long. I was thinking about coming on the live today and reading this whole chapter to y'all. It's like 45 minutes long. But I just want to share this one part with Happy if I could find it. All right. It's not really a small piece. So Happy, maybe I gotta hone this in a little bit, and I'll share it with you in a couple of days. Thank you. Because this chapter was so long. But basically, God was talking about death and how death is it's just as good as life is, if not better. It's a new beginning. I'm just gonna paraphrase because I little remember a little bit, but I think what God was trying to say was something like how we attach like a negative connotation to death because we mourn, and we should mourn because we are no longer going to have these people in this physical realm with us. But for the one who has passed on, passing on is the greatest joy because they're one with the all. And I think when you look at it like that, you kind of, it's the best consolation you could have is just knowing that. And I'm happy for you. I know you already know this, you know what I mean? But I just wanted to reiterate, because when you feel sad about someone passing, it's only natural because that's just the programming that we have. But sometimes I feel in a better world, in a more enlightened world, we would all feel joy when people make that transition, because they're literally, their soul is free again. Like when we manifest into this body, the soul is a little sad because it has to be constrained to a body which is limited. But when you are released from this vessel, you become completely unlimited and completely free with no boundaries again. So that's what I wanted to leave you with. I'll look through the chapter again some more and try to get you the real message.
Just some of them are like that. All of them.
It tastes pretty good to me.
Yeah.
Wet feet, you're onto something. Wet feet, you got to keep looking in. You got to keep looking within yourself for that. If not, read this book, Conversation with God. It comes in 3 different books, but any one of the books, they all answer that question. Definitely number 1 and definitely number 3. But I love that. I love that you're thinking about that. Those are the questions that we should be asking ourselves. I made this shirt. It's on, I don't even know the name of the website anymore. springtees.com. Well, let me go because my dad just finished dinner, and he's waiting for everybody to come to the table. Happy, I will get on that for you. So in 2 days, which will be Tuesday. Tuesday also might be my last live for a like 5 or 6 day period because I'm going up to Georgia to see Aura and Lumi. So I don't know if I'll be able to get the lives done while I have them, but I'll try. That's right, Happy. You already know.
Yvonne!
This is the etymology of anarchy. An means without, the absence of. Archon means master. So when you look at the entire world, the entire word anarchy, anarchy does not mean without rules. It literally means without rulers. No rulers, no masters. It's one of the first shirts I ever created, but thank you for noticing that. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna get y'all on out of here. Thank you for joining me for this live again. It's always a pleasure. It's always one of the things that I look forward to during every other day. And I will see you guys in 2 days.
Say a prayer.
To the one of us who is many, I pray that you grant my friends peace, prosperity, progress, persuasion, pleasure, and the ultimate presence with the moment that they have right here, right now. And panacea. And with that, I bid you all adieu. Much love and respect. Aho, amen, ashe, alek. I'm trying to add this new one. Alek, alakin. I gotta figure out how to say that properly. But I'll get it right. I'll see y'all.
Love and
Peace.